Okay, good evening. I'd like to call to order today's Planning Commission meeting, Tuesday, October 8th, 2024. Roll call, please.
Baker,
Here.
Singla,
Here.
Yanni,
Here.
Gonzalez,
Present.
Young.
Here.
All right, let's now stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, next agenda item, citizens' time. Are there any citizens wishing to address the Planning Commission today? No? All right. In that case, I'll close the citizens' time. Minute approval. Do I have a motion to approve our meeting minutes from our meeting on September 10th, 2024?
I have the motion. I have the motion.
All right, do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. All right, agenda item, 1 mile review, Heathcote Boulevard Marketplace SUP.
Yes, so before we go into this application, we've been notified of a couple of commissioners that will need to recuse themselves from this application review. If those commissioners will please state that they're recusing themselves for this agenda item and take their seat with the audience during the review period.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. Go first. We have to respond. You go ahead first.
Okay. Yes, for this upcoming agenda item, I will need to recuse myself for potential conflict of interest.
For this agenda, I also want to rescue myself because of conflict. Thank you.
So this application is pretty straightforward, won't mostly be because it's a 1 mile review case. So we, as commission and as town staff, we get a say or get a chance to comment on this, but we do not get the final vote on this application. So I'm presenting this because it's a special use permit rezoning application within 1 mile of the town's boundaries. I'll briefly describe each of the special use permits. This is for the Heathcote Boulevard Marketplace, which sits between Heathcote Boulevard, that stretch between James Madison Highway and Old Carolina Road, Jefferson Street. So the proposal for the whole marketplace in general is retail near James Madison Highway, and some of the residential parcels to the southeast of that retail will eventually be low density for the county residential of Old Carolina Road and Heathcote Boulevard. The two sites we're looking at tonight, they are labeled SUP 2024-00033, SUP 2024-00034, and they're for two of the pad sites. So we'll just, on page 7 of the packet, this is for special use permit 2024-34. It's the initial staff report for this SUP, and the site plan itself is on page 16 of the packet. And this is for one of the retail sections. The proposal is to have a drive-through that goes behind one of the restaurants, and there's a pickup window on the south end of the restaurant and the retail site itself. You'll see that on packet page 18 in the most detail. Additionally, and I'm just going to piece these two together because it's generally the same site, and I'll give you the traffic impact analysis for both of them at the same time. The plan for SUP 2024-33 is on packet page 31. And so this is for a gas station similar to Sheetz. It's probably going to be a Wawa of some sort, something like that. And that's directly on the intersection of Heathcote Boulevard and James Madison Highway. Additionally, the applicant is proposing for approval for modified dimensions of the monument signs for this site, making the signs bigger than what's allowable for the county just for visibility's sake. So those are the items for the commission's review. Let me give you the trip generation or the projected trip generation for each site. For the fast food restaurant with the drive-through window, AM peak totals will be 91 trips. PM peak totals will be 66. Additionally, the daily total will be 1,122 trips. For the convenience store gas station, AM totals are 193, or AM peak totals are 193. PM peak totals are 221. Daily totals will be 2,750 trips. So with that brief description of each SUP in site and some of the traffic impact analysis, I'm open for any comments that the planning commission wishes to send to Prince William County.
So Thomas, looking at this, in terms of entrance and exit, looks like it's going to be off of Heathcote, not 15. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Thomas, how much bigger do they want the signs compared to what is by code?
So I can't directly speak for Prince William County's code. I believe it's contained within their staff report, but generally the monument sign itself, let me look in the staff report really quick. The review from the planning packet for the county, I'm still looking at 4 dimensions, but generally they are fine with the proposed or the compatibility of the proposed dimension alteration because of the high traffic volume.
Okay.
I personally have concerns with, while other questions or field their comments, I'll look for the sign dimension changes in this.
Thank you.
The concern I have is even though the entrance and exit is going to be off of Heathcote, right? People are going to most likely use 15 to get to and from, right? And as we know, at times that area gets congested. So that would be my concern, right? Looking at these trips per day, we're talking about almost 3,000, right? 3 per day.
And that's just the 2 pad sites.
2 pad sites. So that would be my concern that I would like to forward to the county.
And I see closest to the corner of Heathcliff and James Madison is just going to be entrance only, right?
Mhm.
And then the only exit will be on the east side of the property. So you know if they're looking at trying to put up any kind of light there or anything like that to help with traffic getting back across? Because a lot of this, I assume, are going to be people noticing this coming off the interstate,
Mhm.
and they're going to look to try to get back on there and get back on a lot of the time. So they're going to be having a crossover to get back and headed west.
Let me look back through the VDOT comments on that, and if it's not present, I'll add that as one of our comments on there.
So in terms of the trips per day, Thomas, you mentioned for the fast food with drive-through gas station. How about the grocery store?
For the supermarket, right now, 128 AM peak totals, 402 trips for PM peak totals, and 4,262 for daily totals for the supermarket.
Wow.
So I'll give you the totals just in general for total retail trips with the fast food restaurant drive-through and the retail design. Total trips will end up at 6,675 for daily totals.
That's quite a bit.
Justin, to answer your question, I found some of the dimensions there. Generally, all signage dimensions fit what's allowed in the use. They're requesting more signage and for some of the directional signage in particular, for like the entry point on Heathcote Boulevard that Walt mentioned, those kinds of things. Those are the dimensions that they're asking for larger or variants on, yes.
Right. So in addition to getting on 15 to get to and from that location, I think some of them are gonna be using Jefferson, right? So that would be that should also be our concern, right?
Yes.
Similar to the development that was being proposed on Carolina, right?
Mhm. I think some of the ingress and egress points will be determined by if the residential areas will also go in and what that will look like as well. But I'll add that comment as well, just for traffic backing up on Jefferson Street, along with potential issues with entrance, exit.
And then, of course, on 15 as well.
Yeah, the other concern is that exit, there's not a whole lot of room between the exit coming off and when you have to turn, you have that one option lane to come around.
That is true, yeah.
And if it backs up at all right there, then you got people trying to come and some people trying to get the far lane to turn, some people trying to come off the exit to get there. Just,
Hard to figure, in fact, it's backed up.
So it seems like the comments a lot are mostly about traffic patterns. With the signage, do you have any concerns now that have more clarification on the dimensions?
Say the,
I'll give you an example with the gas station. So for the sign types, there's facade signs, maximum 400 square foot for all signs. They're asking for 377 square feet. So the wall signage looks regular for them. For canopy signs for the gas station itself, allowable is 40 square feet. They're asking for 87.6 square feet. So like what you see with sheets at the gas pumps itself, which will be proposed 12 fueling positions. So part of that is, I believe in their proposal, and I think in the county's justification of that, allowing that proposal is more, we're on the corner of a busy thoroughfare with US Route 15 and then Heathcote Boulevard. Because of how busy this is and because of the type of use this is going to be, it's okay to have that sign a little larger in dimension than what is usually allowed.
I'll have to think about that one.
I can add that to the
Yeah.
concern list as well. That was one of
Yeah.
my concerns as planner,
Yeah,
where we've talked so much about signage dimensions and it's allowable for our gateway, but even we have limitations on that. And I know we're not the county, but
yeah,
it's still on my mind because of applications we've been reviewing with Crossroads, other places like that.
yeah, that's the reason. The first thing that came to my mind is we've been reviewing a lot and seeing them. So, and now someone wants to upgrade and go bigger. So,
Especially 1 mile within
yeah,
or so near us.
so near. Okay, let me think.
So I'll add that to our comment list then.
I mean, are we able also to communicate our preferences? I mean, our preference would be to allow uses that will not generate, or to allow uses that generate less traffic, right? As opposed to what's being proposed.
Given that it's a special use permit application, we can ask that those uses are not approved in general and or by right uses are prioritized over these sorts of applications. So I can add that as a comment as well.
I will say, as a positive note, having a gas station on that side should alleviate some of the traffic that comes through Sheets, because right now it's the only gas station in town, right?
But it takes away business from us then.
Yeah.
Goes to the county.
Who knows how much is needed anyway, induced demand.
Yeah.
So if all concerns are related to traffic, what I have listed is concerned about the entry exit points off of Heathcote Boulevard, signaling at the Heathcote Boulevard intersections, backing up on Jefferson Street and the entry exit points there, signaling patterns within that intersection. Along with that, I also have prioritization of by right uses over special uses and concerns with the sign dimensions relative to Haymarket. If the commission's satisfied with that list, I will add my comments as well to that and submit it to the county.
I am, but I'm sure if our subject matter expert colleagues had not recused themselves, there would be additional
Yes,
things to add to that list, but we understand why they had to recuse themselves. So, but yes,
great. Well, I'll forward those comments to the county and
okay.
consider this item closed for the meeting.
All right, perfect. All right, next agenda item, old business. Oh, sorry. forgot about you guys.
Okay, the two main items of old business that I have, they're related to the Chick-fil-A special use permit that the commission reviewed and gave recommendation on over this summer going into fall. There will be a public hearing held at the October 28th Town Council work session for that application, so then it can be reviewed and eventually voted on by the town council. So I've incorporated the planning commission's recommendation for denial of the application as well as the commission chair's comments on that recommendation in my staff report for council. The Black Drive Townhomes project, which I will now hereafter refer to as Magnolia Crossing. Water Creek Homes is the builder for Magnolia Crossing. We had recently approved or given zoning approval of the site plan. We're still working out engineer comments and other site plan, other specific items related to the site plan. They're submitting their architecturals and certificate of appropriateness application for demolition this upcoming architectural review board meeting. So progress is being made with that application. This wasn't necessarily in the commission's review recently, but I wanted to provide an update on the sidewalk. Most of the sidewalk will be, or the project itself will be installed by Haymarket Day. So we'll have a working sidewalk in the town park. So I know all residents and all of us are looking forward to that a lot. As far as old business, that concludes the old business that I have.
Okay, all right, thank you. Moving on to new business.
Made items for new business I'll be bringing more comprehensive plan updates. It'll be similar to some of the map updates and general data updates that I provided to the commission in the past. I'm still talking amongst staff about funding opportunities for a greater overhaul of the comprehensive plan, but for now, we'll be mostly updating the statistics information within the comprehensive plan. So I'll bring those to the commission in the coming months. And that is all I have for new business.
All right, ARB updates.
Can we go back to new business for
Sure.
1 second?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be starting to work on the 2025 meeting schedule. Just wanted like a general straw vote here. Are we keeping our meetings on Tuesdays still? Or are we reverting back to Mondays?
Yeah, I'm good with Tuesday.
I'm good with Tuesday as well.
Yes, on Tuesday.
I will work on that for Tuesdays and
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any ARB updates?
Not here.
You were not here, okay.
We've still been overhauling the guidelines. We'd had a discussion at the commission level about updating the historic district. My goal is to update the language of the guidelines to mostly focus on public right of ways. So as we make progress with the historic district, there's not too much conflict with preserving what the comprehensive plan says and what the commission is good with. The goal is to get the guidelines passed by council very soon. So I want to make sure that there's no conflict with what we discussed as a commission. So I've made some edits to the guidelines to make sure that doesn't happen. We should be formatting them this next couple of meetings and bring it to council for consideration. That's all I have for ARB.
All right, in terms of town council updates, I'm not sure if I had shared this with you, but on September 11, we had a strategic planning work session. And there is a strategic planning retreat scheduled for Saturday, October 26th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Basically, during that work session, we will be defining or updating our mission, vision, values, goals, and strategies, some of which you can see posted on the wall here, right? Haymarket Day, as you know, is most likely it's on October 19th. As Kim mentioned earlier, we're in need of volunteers on that day. So if those who are available, we would appreciate it if you can volunteer your time. Yesterday during the meeting and related to the Haymarket Day, we voted to approve ordinance to waive meals tax on October 19th and 20th. We discussed, or the town staff presented Well, we discussed about holiday schedule for town staff. And I think Thomas already covered the part about public hearing for the Chick-fil-A SUP. And I think that's all. Is there anything I miss, Kim? No? All right. Any questions?
Elections,
Elections, yep.
elections are coming up,
Yep. You got two individuals on the dais today who are
running for council,
running for town council.
Justin and Alexander.
Yep.
Go vote.
Go vote,
Vote.
November 5th. All right, so any other things to discuss before we adjourn the meeting? No? All right, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I have the motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that motion.
All right,
I give it to,
Give it to,
let's give it to Walt, Mr. Young.
okay, thank you.
all right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Short and sweet, right?